Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. Hope all is well. I can't complain. Y'all see, I have a new spot that I'm in. Yeah, in Denver, and the way that light and the sunlight comes through my house, I always have to move my plants around between the summer and getting ready for, fall and winter. So, like, all my plants are against the wall so they can get more light. And so then that pushes me. So I'm always playing musical, desks and things like that. So uh, nice little nook. So I'm loving it. I can't complain too much. So I hope all of you are doing well and you're living your best lives. Can't complain too much. I've been super busy. I know I've taken time off from social media. I just needed to pause and reflect on, things and just kind of where I'm going. I just had this, divine inspiration to go ahead and take time off and really kind of think and reflect. And so, whether you're listening to my podcast or you're watching me on YouTube or you're following me on social media, I just want to say thank you all for supporting me and the work that we're doing with this podcast. Like I told you all before, this has been a vision of mine for a long time, and I didn't believe that it was possible. And so now I'm making things, happen in my own strength. But I think I know that I'm ready now to move into the space that brings others into that community and really build a community that's positive and that is bringing joy within the work that I do and the work that we do collectively. So let us know how we're doing. If you're listening to this on any of the social media, platforms or anything, please like, share, and subscribe. I now have learned the importance of why we should like, share, and subscribe. So at first I was a post and ghost gal. I was posting things and then like leaving because like, oh, these comments, so now I'm at a point where I really want to engage with you all. I want to learn more about you. I want you to give, feedback to us on how we can make our show, our content more, more that resonates for you. So please, let us know. You can always go to our podcast webpage as well, which will be in the description box below and in the show notes. And you can leave us a voicemail comment. And I would love to share those now on the show so that, just people can hear it from our global audience. So today I want to talk to you about embracing your uniqueness and how we can celebrate the beauty of being you, being an individual. And so in our world, a lot in our society, we strive to be different. And while we say that we're striving to be different, we often, in my opinion, emphasize conformity. And we see it in cancel culture all the time that if someone has a difference of opinion or a difference of thought, then we're, quickly canceling people. And I just have a big problem with that whole mindset of the dehumanization of canceling people. Yet we want people to conform. I mean, I can remember experiences in the past where I often felt the feeling of being different. And I think in being different, I was, a lot of times misunderstood, and I felt this sense of rejection. And it didn't matter where: family, school, friends, on my job, in my roles as a leader. And so while being unique can have its challenges, I think when we can tap into fully being our authentic selves, it can truly be an empowering and a transforming experience and a journey. And so when I talk about being unique, I just want to be really clear what I'm talking about because it goes beyond, for me, just being different. It's about the ability to understand and embrace and to celebrate your individuality in a way that's going to allow you to shine. Like I said in my, show in the opening of my show, the reason that I started this podcast and the reason that I put out content is for you to reflect and think about how you can show up in your most authentic selves, because that's what the world needs. And so I think in that, many times in the groups of people that we can be around, we're not invited to shine. We're actually forced to shrink. And when we shrink rather than shine, I think it has detrimental impacts on how, one, we see ourselves, our self-confidence, and our way of trusting ourselves, the self-trust, which is, to me, so important in building your confidence. I just remember situations that I was in groups of people where I didn't shine and expand, but I shrunk. And in that, I lost the ability over time to trust myself, to trust what was right for me, what felt right for me. And that confidence slowly diminished. And in doing so, it was not authentic to me. It never felt genuine, which started this cycle that just was not healthy. And I'm now in those, in the steps to getting that back, to trusting myself more, to getting back into the self-confidence that not only I had, but continue to develop. So let's talk about embracing the qualities of your uniqueness. First, I want to say, first and foremost, that when we talk about your uniqueness, and I spell that with a Y-O-U, if your uniqueness, it is something that needs to be cherished. I can recall many times where I didn't cherish my gift. I didn't cherish the uniqueness. I thought it weird. People, like I said before, it was people misunderstood and it didn't quite resonate. I felt rejected. It is something that only you have, that only you can give. I like to say the best job that we are qualified for on this planet is being yourself. That's a job that you are qualified for. That's the job you're here for. And so just walking into that piece, accepting the gift is accepting your true power, and I think your purpose as well. You live and you learn, and that's what life is about. So, now I'm at a point where I'm embracing myself fully. So let's dive into 5 or 6 qualities that help you to embrace your authenticity. So, number 1 is that it's embracing authenticity. At its core, being unique is all about being authentic. I am a very authentic person. I'm a very genuine person. I cannot do fake and phony. I'm a person who doesn't also like small talk, so I don't do a lot of small talk. I like deep, meaningful conversation around things. And I know those things about me. I can remember before I had gone on a lot of job interviews, and every job interview just did not feel right to me. It felt like I had to put on a suit, not a mask, like a full-fledged skin suit. And it was not genuine and it was not authentic to who I was as a person, because I like to be honest. I like joy. I like to laugh. I like to feel the things. So, but I felt like in every job interview, I had to behave a certain way. I had to speak a certain way. And the more interviews I went on, the louder my voice got that this is not working for me. Like, you cannot do this. And I was having like stomach pains and things, like it just did not feel right. So I went, my very last interview I had, before I went in, I said, Christina, this is not authentic. And so you're going to go into this interview and you're going to be yourself. You're going to be who you are. And they either take it or leave it. And I said, God, if this is not the path that I am to continue to take, you will show me in this interview. I went into the interview. It was a lovely interview. I think one of the questions they asked me in the interview was, why was I interested in this position? And at the time, it was in education. It was a director role. And I honestly said, and I didn't even think about it first. I said, I want to be in this position because I want to help children who look like me. and children who don't look like me. But mostly to help children who look like me, meaning Black, right? There was a pause, and then I explained why, where I was coming from and things like that. Lovely conversation. Come to find out, somebody else was already playing for the position. I didn't get the position. That's why I'm here talking to you now. But what I walked away from was a clean, because I was myself. And I didn't apologize for who I was. I was still warm. I was still authentic. I was still genuine. I still articulated and communicated. I laughed even when they didn't. I brought joy that I have. And for some people, it wasn't the right way to go. And so just thinking about, acknowledging and accepting your true self, that includes your strengths, your weaknesses, your quirks, your weirdness, your passions. Like, when you embrace authenticity in that way, it allows you to build a deeper connection with others because they see the real you rather than a facade that you might put on to fit in. And I do recall when I was called and told that I did not get the position, that the person who called me also let me know how much they enjoyed the conversation. They enjoyed, what I brought to the table. It was something refreshing that they hadn't seen in a while, and it inspired them. Now, there were opportunities. They did offer another position. I decided, also to not take that position, but because that was not authentic to me either. And so I learned from that experience that no one can be a better you but you. That's the job you're qualified for. That's a job, no matter what, when it's time to step up and be you, you'll always win. Is celebrating diversity. So to embrace your uniqueness, you have to celebrate diversity. My daughter often says, she has this quote. She says, "Mom, in a world of number 2 pencils, don't be the dullest one." And it tickles me in a sense, because we often say, like, the world's going to be boring if everyone looked the same and had the same thoughts and had the same ideas. Yet we are more comfortable with people conforming. And so if we want to really embrace the diversity of what comes from that, we got to embrace our uniqueness, and we have to see that and appreciate that in other people. And I know a lot of times, in our climate, diversity gets a bad rap, but you can go out in nature and you can see diversity just naturally. Things coexist in nature every day. And so it's the same for us as humans. Like, we're no different. And so in embracing who you are allows others to embrace who they are, and everyone can be celebrated in the sense that they're acknowledged, not that their existence is acknowledged. Just makes for a more interesting life and a more interesting place. My biggest question is, if we weren't meant to be diverse, then why are we all diverse? Why are we all different? If we weren't made to be different, why are we all different? It's because we are, and that we can trust and walk into, that we are diverse for ourselves. Number 3 is nurturing self-confidence. Like I told you, like, when we don't accept ourselves as embracing our uniqueness, we can fall into this space of, not feeling confident, not trusting ourselves. But when you fully understand and you accept who you are, all of your qualities, and you embrace that, you trust yourself enough to know, like I said, your strengths, your weaknesses, and that builds self-confidence. And so you won't go seeking validation from other people, because you trust yourself. You develop a sense of self-worth that truly comes from within. And this self-assuredness is going to radiate outwards, and it's going to influence the way that you not only interact with people, but the way you interact with the world. And therefore, I think it inspires other people to feel confident in being themselves, and comfortable, to be confident and comfortable in being themselves. And they, in turn, embrace their own uniqueness. And so it just allows things to expand for the good of all. Number 4, it fosters creativity. So, when we think about the biggest breakthroughs, the biggest innovations that have taken place, and the people we call great men or women, it's those people who have been themselves and they've stepped outside of the box. They've stepped outside of the box of the way that we think about things. And so you are here in all your uniqueness. And I truly believe that everyone is here with the job and the task of solving a problem that no one else can solve. And so if we look at that through the lens of creativity, it's going to allow you to be creative and think outside the box, because that's what you're designed to do. That's what you're here for. And so I think, embracing the uniqueness and sharing that creativity is going to give you different perspectives. It's going to open the doors to thinking more creatively and problem solving. Your unique experiences and your unique insights will contribute in a way that thinking, a standardized cookie cutter way just will never tap into. And number 5, overcoming challenges. So I think being unique doesn't mean that life is without challenges, but it does equip you with a resilient mindset. One big thing about me is that I embrace challenges. I seem to be magnetized to challenges at times, but I embrace them. And so I have a very high level of resilience. And I'm not saying that as an opinion. Like, a lot of leadership tests that I've taken and things, they all like 98, 99% resiliency. And I think I learned over time in experiences that I've been through across my life is that I was built for the challenges that came up on my, at my doorstep. And I think that's, when we say I was built for this, that's what that truly means. I truly take that to heart. We were built for this, because you have a series of challenges, if you look back on your life, that only you were built to handle. And, looking at other people, family members and friends and colleagues, to know some of the challenges that they went through, I don't think I could handle those. Why? Because I'm not built for them. And so I think that that is something that we all can embrace in being unique, is that you are built for the challenges you have. And once you work through those challenges, it's building that resiliency and that mindset. I think also the other piece of that is that when you embrace the challenges that you are built for, it allows you to navigate through obstacles with perspective that's tailored to your strengths. So I think from that comes the opportunity for you to show up and shine. You learn to adapt, and you're going to find alternative solutions. You're going to turn challenges into opportunities for growth. It's all about how you're looking at it. And number 6, most importantly, I think it inspires other people. Your journey to embrace your uniqueness, it doesn't just benefit you. It benefits other people, because you're showing other people that it is okay to exist in the way that they are coming forth. And when I'm saying that, that's separate from people's behavior. It's just the totality of who you are is the part that exists. And so if you can do that for yourself by being unique, it leads others into doing that as well and creating that space, which ultimately is going to reflect on other people. So it's going to turn the shrinking into shining for everybody. For part 2, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about 7 ways that you can embrace and start on that path for authenticity. Again, thank you all for listening. If you've enjoyed this show, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, click the notification bell. If you're listening to this on the podcast, please leave a comment, a voice comment, or written. And if you have other things that you would like me to talk about in the Friday message, just please let me know. Until next time, thank you all. God bless. Bye.